In a moment that left millions reaching for tissues, beloved talk show host Steve Harvey broke down in uncontrollable tears live on air yesterday after receiving a surprise video message from former Louisiana Governor and U.S. Senator John Neely Kennedy. The emotional exchange, which unfolded during a special episode of the Steve Harvey Morning Show dedicated to unsung heroes, has already been viewed more than 40 million times across platforms in less than 24 hours. The clip is being called one of the most powerful moments in daytime television history. Harvey, known for keeping his composure even during the most heart-wrenching stories on Family Feud and his own show, was completely blindsided. The 68-year-old comedian and host had just finished reading a letter from a single mother in Atlanta who credited Harvey's mentorship program with saving her teenage son from the streets. As the audience wiped away tears and applauded, the lights dimmed and a familiar southern drawl filled the studio. "Steve," the voice began, "this is John Kennedy from the great state of Louisiana." The crowd erupted. Harvey's jaw dropped. For years, the two men have shared an unlikely but genuine friendship that began when Kennedy, then a little-known state treasurer, appeared on Harvey's radio show in the early 2000s. What started as a 15-minute interview about financial literacy turned into hours of off-air conversation about faith, family, and second chances. Kennedy has often joked that Harvey talked more sense into me in one afternoon than most preachers do in a lifetime. In the video message, filmed from Kennedy's home in Madisonville, Louisiana, the usually stoic senator fought back his own tears as he spoke directly to the camera. "Steve, I've watched you lift people up when the world tried to knock them down. I've seen you give hope to folks who thought hope was long gone. But today I need you to hear something from an old country lawyer who don't say much unless it matters." Kennedy paused, his voice cracking. "You saved my life, brother," he went on to reveal a story the public had never heard. In 2016, during Kennedy's first U.S. Senate campaign, he suffered a near-fatal heart episode that was kept quiet to avoid derailing his run. In the hospital, battling fear and doubt, in his words, "feeling sorrier for myself than a hound dog with no porch," Kennedy received an unexpected call from Harvey. "Man, you called me every single day for 3 weeks." Kennedy continued in the video. "You prayed with me. You made me laugh when laughing hurt. You told me I wasn't allowed to leave this earth until I finished what God put me here to do. And when I won that Senate seat by less than 1 percentage point, I knew part of that victory belonged to you." By this point, Harvey was openly sobbing, head in his hands, shoulders shaking. The studio audience was a sea of tears. Even the camera operators were visibly emotional. Kennedy ended the message with words that have since gone viral. "Steve Harvey, you are the real definition of a rich man, because you've spent your life making other people rich in spirit. I love you, brother, and I thank God every day that our paths crossed in that little radio studio all those years ago." When the video ended, Harvey tried to speak but couldn't. For nearly a full minute, the only sound in the studio was his crying, mixed with the audience's soft sobs and applause. Finally, he stood up, walked to the edge of the stage, and addressed the crowd with a trembling voice. "You all don't understand," he said. "I was just doing what my mama taught me, what my daddy lived, what my faith demands. I was just trying to be a friend. To hear that it meant something a broken bar man, that's everything." He then revealed that he had no idea the message was coming. His producers had worked with Kennedy's team for months to keep it secret. The moment has sparked an outpouring online, with the hashtag #ThankYouSteve trending worldwide. Celebrities, politicians from both parties, and everyday viewers have flooded social media with their own stories of how Harvey's kindness changed their lives. From paying college tuition for strangers to showing up at hospitals unannounced to pray with sick children. Kennedy later posted on X, "Real men cry when gratitude hits them square inches the chest. Proud to call it I am Steve Harvey my friend and my brother." As the episode closed, Harvey, still emotional but now smiling through tears, delivered a message that summed up the entire exchange. "Listen to me, if you take nothing else from today, take this. Never underestimate the power of kind word, a phone call, or showing up when somebody's down. You never know whose life you're holding together with your love. Be that person for somebody, because one day, when you least expect it, God will send somebody to be that person for you. In a world that often feels divided and cold, yesterday reminded millions that friendship, gratitude, and love still have the power to bring even the strongest among us to their knees, and lift the rest of us higher than we ever thought possible.